Have a warm welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. Today we are tasting the Jura 12 years of age, the standard bottling at a price of €29.99 here in Central Europe at Whisky.com. With the Isle of Jura, I have a very, very special relationship, a very positive one. When I first visited Scotland in 1982, I think, Jura was one of the 4 bottles of whiskey I returned home, and it was a 10-year-old then, without a box around it and with a quite light ochre-colored label. And this was the 10-year-old, and I bought it due to the extraordinary shape. And well, this was one of my very first single malt whiskies I had, and therefore I remember it well. And over the years, I learned a lot about Jura, that Jura is an island of the Inner Hebridean Islands on the west coast of Scotland. And it's the only distillery on the Isle of Jura. And in former times, the whiskey was called Isle of Jura. Today, they changed to Jura, 1 or 2 decades ago. And Jura is only reachable with a ferry from the Isle of Islay. So there's no direct connection from the mainland to Jura. You have to go through Portiscake, I think. Yeah, from there, there's this landing boat going over to Jura. And Jura is a very remote and sparsely inhabited island. I think around 200 souls on this island, and it's said there are more deers on Jura than there are people. Well, I never had the chance to visit Jura. It never made it. I never made it. I never had the chance. But my son was there. But as time goes by, my son has something else to do, so I have to take this video here myself. Jura is famous for its very tall and big stills, and the most famous person living on Islay had been George Orwell, and he wrote his 1984 there in the year 1948. So he just turned the last 2 figures to bring the other, to project the story into the future. Yeah, very popular today, or should be very popular today. So this one is the standard bottle. It's the belongs to the core range of this distillery, and it's matured in ex-bourbon casks from, of course, American white oak. And well, it's said to be very fruity and balanced, and that should be the style of Jura. I remember Jura as a little bit more intense, more island style, more west coast style from Scotland. And I haven't had the 12-year-old before. It's 40% ABV, and so it's the standard bottling. It's affordable, really affordable, at €30, and big cork. Very fruity smell. And officially it's said there is smoke in it, but if so, not too much. There are several special bottlings from Jura, and I think they produce smoky whiskey once a year for several weeks. And there had been a very famous bottling. Relatives from me got that bottle as a gift, the 1984 bottling with the whiskey from 1984. So today it's 500, 700 euros. Yeah. Astonishingly, a little bit of chocolate. Of course, a very fruity, citrus-like note. Little sweetness in the back. Yeah, friendly, welcoming, a little bit more intense than Highland style or Speyside style. Cheers. Here we go. This is island style. It is prickling. It's intense on the tongue. Oakiness, light spiciness from oakiness, broadening in my mouth, very fruity. And it's had banana. Yeah, probably sweet fruitiness. So very interesting because you have the intense from the cask and the gentleness from the spirit. The aftertaste, quite mild, and I do not find any smokiness in this one. Officially, it's said it's a little bit of smoke in it. Might be, but if so, not that much that people would be annoyed if they don't like smokiness. No, fruity, full-bodied, an island whiskey, definitely. This prickling on my tongue, that's quite unique. Very interesting. Yeah, have a look at Whisky.com. The bottle should be available all the time. And catch you next time.